Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Solon.
What cigarette do you smoke? You'll be interested to know how the doctors of America answered that question.
It's an in-your-face health alert brought to you by the FDA. Federal officials plan to plaster graphic new labels all over cigarette packs sold in the U.S.
Ice cold Coca-Cola. There's no waistline worry with Coke, you know. Actually, this individual-sized bottle has no more calories than half a grapefruit.
The Journal of the American Medical Association reveals that scientists were paid in the 1960s to play down the link between sugar and heart disease.
This film, made in 1903, recalls the first flight of this primitive biplane making aviation history.
London Airport and the first all-jet airliner, the de Havilland Comet, returns from a flight that has made world headlines in civil aviation.
Other than death, all failure is psychological.
Well, imagine this, flying from Tampa to China, Australia, or anywhere else in less than an hour.
We used horses for thousands of years. Now you go from 1910 to 1930. An entire industry vanishes.
We've got to be excited about the future. We've got to do things that make us want to live. It cannot always be about problems every day. What inspires you and what makes you excited about the future?
Quite a wild experience to just be in a car with no steering wheel, no pedals, no controls, and it feels great.
Business is going to change. Markets are going to change. Technology is going to change. The industry is going to change. Things are going to change. If you don't change with it, if you fail to adapt, if you fail to innovate.
On the battlefield, you're going to get killed. In industry, you're going to get bypassed by other companies.
Yeah, that video always pumps me up, huh? All right, guys, I want you to imagine that you're running a successful business or an incredible team, and everything is working out great until it's not. Technology changes, customer expectations shift, and the methods that once made you thrive are now dragging you down. Listen, I've been there. Years ago, as a young leader in my own organization, I faced resistance from all sides. My team, who averaged twice my age, my processes, even my own mindset was stuck. But I learned this: the faster the world moves, the more dangerous standing still becomes. And today, guys, that truth is magnified. Technology is evolving faster than ever. Cultural shifts are reshaping how teams work, and if you're not adapting, guys, you're just not surviving. You're actually losing ground. So let's talk about technology first, because it's the single most resisted type of change. So facilities management used to be reactive, right? Something breaks and you fix it. Today, though, predictive maintenance tells us what will fail before it does. AI and automation are streamlining scheduling, diagnostics, and work order management. Real-time data gives us insights that we never thought possible. And these aren't just competitive advantages, they're conveniences. Companies that adopt these tools aren't keeping up, they're leaving everybody else behind. But technology is only half the story. The real challenge is, how do you get your people to embrace it, right? Because you can buy the best tools in the world, but if your team doesn't use them, or worse, doesn't trust them, you've already lost. So change is hard, guys, because people fear it. It feels like a loss, right? A loss of control, a loss of routine, a loss of value. And I've seen it firsthand, right? Technicians worried automation would complicate things, managers overwhelmed by new processes, and teams convinced that the old way was just fine. Does any of this sound familiar? So here's the reality, though. Change, it doesn't take away value, it creates it. Automation doesn't replace people, it empowers them to focus on the work that matters. And data, it doesn't overwhelm leaders, it helps them make smarter decisions. The job of a leader today is to turn that fear into confidence, to show your team that change isn't happening to them, it's happening for them. So how do you get there, right? It starts with mindset. A growth mindset is about seeing every opportunity, every change as an opportunity to improve. It's about asking, what can we learn from this? How can we use this to get better? And as leaders, we need to foster this mindset in our teams. Create a culture where it's safe to try, fun to learn, but necessary to grow. Because in a fast-moving world, continuous improvement isn't optional. It is the only way to stay relevant. But mindset alone is not enough. Guys, you need to lead with vision and purpose. Leadership today, it means communicating why change matters, right? When people understand the why, they're far more likely to buy into the how. It means listening to your team's concerns. Resistance often comes from misunderstanding. So make your team part of the process, not just the recipients of it. And it means taking action. Don't wait until that change feels comfortable. Lead the charge, show them what's possible, and empower them to follow. Because when you lead with vision and clarity, change stops feeling like a threat, and guys, it starts to feel like progress. And here's the bottom line. The world's not slowing down. Technology is going to keep advancing. Cultural expectations will keep shifting. And while some businesses are paralyzed by fear, others are already using these changes to outpace the competition. So which one will you be? I challenge you to leave here today with one question. What is that one thing in your business or your team that's holding you back? Is it resistance to new technology? Is it outdated processes? Or is it that mindset that fears change instead of embracing it? Whatever it is, guys, find it, fix it, and commit to it. Because those who adapt will thrive, and those who resist will fade. The future isn't coming, it's already here. And as leaders, it's up to us to guide our teams through it, to turn uncertainty into opportunity and disruption into growth. That future, it's moving faster than you think. So don't just survive it. Don't just keep up. Lead it, define it, and own it. Because the organizations that adapt today will lead tomorrow. And that's where each and every one of you are meant to be. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage Lindsay Randolph.
And that concludes today's RIF Talks. I want to thank all of our speakers who went above and beyond today. Don't forget to go on the app and leave evaluations for each speaker. We truly value your feedback, and we personally read each one. I can confirm that. Don't forget that each evaluation survey will help you earn CEUs